1. Obama-led summit focuses on preventing nuclear terrorism. GS Paper 2. Bilateral, regional and global groupings and agreements involving India and affecting India's interests. Why recently in news? Leaders from more than 50 countries joined President Obama this week for talks in Nuclear Security Summit on how to stop a nightmare, nuclear terrorism. The recent attacks in Brussels put the spotlight on efforts by extremists to develop nukes. Terrorist organizations have a desire to get access to those raw materials. Concerns emerged that extremist groups could blow up atomic power plants in the aftermath of the Belgium attacks. What is nuclear terrorism? Nuclear terrorism refers to an act of terrorism in which a person or persons belonging to a terrorist organization detonates a nuclear device. Nuclear terrorism is an offense committed if a person unlawfully and intentionally uses in any way radioactive material, with the intent to cause death or serious bodily injury. Nuclear terrorism could include acquiring or fabricating a nuclear weapon, fabricating a dirty bomb, nuclear bomb, attacking a nuclear reactor, for example, by disrupting critical inputs, for example water supply, attacking or taking over a nuclear-armed submarine, plane or base. Why it is urgent need for global powers to stand tall against nuclear terrorism. While the Korean crisis remains a growing concern in the absence of a restart of talks, the prime focus of the summit is the denial of atomic weapons to terror groups, and their access to dirty bombs. This relatively inexpensive option can be exercised once conventional explosives are embedded in radioactive material. The resulting explosion can cause extensive and lasting public damage, triggering a wave of terror worldwide. Besides, nuclear waste management is a joint priority, along with curbing illicit trafficking of nuclear material. Is a dirty bomb a weapon of mass destruction? No. Instead, it is sometimes called a weapon of mass disruption because of the panic it would cause, as well as the costs of decontamination. Is a dirty bomb a nuclear weapon? No. A dirty bomb does not result in a nuclear explosion. It only spreads radioactive material. What radioactive materials could be used to make a dirty bomb? Any type of radioactive material could be used to make a dirty bomb. Potential sources including americium, cesium and strontium are found in hospitals, at industrial and construction sites, and at food irradiation plants. Has a dirty bomb ever been used? The only known dirty bomb-related incident occurred when Chechen rebels planted radioactive cesium packed with dynamite in a Moscow park. Fortunately, the authorities quickly located the material before it was dispersed. What hazards does a dirty bomb pose? A dirty bomb's greatest threat is economic cost of decontamination. The blast from the bomb part of the device would kill whoever would be killed by the stick of dynamite, or whatever other explosive material is used. The radioactive part of the device would not be likely to cause any immediate deaths but, depending upon exposure and treatment, could increase the likelihood of cancer and other diseases decades later. 2. Why defense production in India will take off. GS Paper 3, Defense Manufacturing. Here are 5 reasons. Establishment of a new procurement regime. Relaxations have been made to appointment of offset partners to reduce lead times. Constructive feedback taken from the empowered committee to outline the issues and its suggested remedial steps. Push to domestic industry. Newly incorporated procurement class called by Indian IDDM, omitted the 7th chapter titled Strategic Partners and Partnerships. There are 2 advantages because of these. It would ensure a more comprehensive skill building and knowledge transfer for these platforms in India. The domestic industry would not be required to compete amongst themselves. Simplification of offset regime. The government is devising new ways to keep OEMs invested. This is one of the key areas where the government has shown that it is willing to get out of the way of businesses to achieve the end goal. Increasing involvement of states. A few states such as Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka and Maharashtra have shown a clear indication to attract the defense manufacturing industry by welcoming companies and putting in place clear policies for the industry. Industries at the state levels are facing some resistance. The efforts introduced by the above-mentioned states have also seen rewards since Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka are evolving as India's aerospace hub. Maturity in Indian industry. The domestic industry has matured significantly in the last few years. Companies such as Bharat Forge and Tata have shown great work and standards on global levels. The Indian industry has also shown its ability to innovate. There are many categories of products where the domestic industry has significantly worked and developed improved designs from existing equipment.